Princess of Wales on the 20th anniversary of her death, as hundreds of mourners gathered at the gates of Kensington Palace to leave cards, notes and floral tributes. The 70-year-old singer posted a picture on Instagram of the pair together, with his arm around the princess, writing, "20 years ago today, the world lost an angel. RIP." The star famously performed an alternative version of his poignant song Candle in the Wind in honor of Diana at her 1997 funeral, held just days after she was killed in a Paris car crash. Prince Harry later revealed that the song touched him on the day, telling a BBC documentary, "Elton John's song was incredibly emotional, that was part of this whole trigger system which nearly brought me to the point of crying in public, which I'm glad I didn't do." On the 10th anniversary of Diana's death in 2007, Sir Elton opened and closed a Wembley Stadium concert organised by the Duke of Cambridge and his brother in memory of their mother. Meanwhile, Elizabeth Emanuel, co-designer of Diana's famous wedding dress, tweeted, "Thinking of the wonderful times we spent with Diana and the great joy she brought into our lives and all those who knew her." She posted a photo of the Emanuels tending to the train of Diana's bridal gown inside St. Paul's Cathedral in 1981. The princess's friend Rosa Monckton has also spoken out today, describing Diana as a truly extraordinary woman in a new interview. "She was everything to everybody," Ms. Monckton said. "She broke down the walls. She busted the myth of being a fairytale princess. She told the Times, I think that given the life she had, when you think what she had to overcome, and all of this in the public eye, I think she was a truly extraordinary woman. Very damaged, very flawed, as we all are, but underneath it all this incredible resilience." Diana's sons, the Duke of Cambridge and Prince Harry, have already paid tribute to their mother, visiting the floral tributes and pictures left at the gates of her former home, Kensington Palace. The brothers toured the site on Wednesday and laid flowers on behalf of well-wishers who had gathered to see the royals. Meanwhile, Diana's former head chef Darren McGrady recalled her caring side, saying, "When Princess Diana heard I had become a father, she sent this note and flowers to the hospital," he tweeted. The handwritten message congratulated him on the safe arrival of your little lady. Yesterday, William and Harry met representatives of charities their mother supported, and Harry told them her death was a tragedy for them, as they were preparing to work with the princess, as well as his family. He said, "I can imagine for a lot of you it was like, right, here we go, now we've got her, we've got the thirst, we've got the attention, now let's do something," then suddenly she snapped away. If I can put it this way, all of us lost somebody. Diana will also be remembered at East London's Mildmay Mission AIDS Hospital, which she visited regularly when it was a hospice caring for HIV patients. The institution will hold a remembrance service, and past members of staff will share their memories of Diana, as will the hospital's patron, actress Linda Robson, and dancer Wayne Sleep, who famously performed with the princess. Diana was a woman whose warmth, compassion, and empathy for those she met earned her the description "the people's princess." This morning, fans of Princess Diana gathered at dawn at the gates of Kensington Palace to celebrate the life of a woman who reshaped Britain and its royal family when she died 20 years ago. Laying flickering candles in the dark, supporters met where tens of thousands had flocked in 1997 to mark the death of one of the most famous women in the world in a Paris car crash. Retired pastor Father Frank Jelly led prayers for the late princess, while onlookers wiped away tears. And 200 miles away in the French capital, mourners gathered on the banks of the Seine just meters from the scene of the crash to lay candles and flowers in the princess's memory. Diana's death at the age of 36 prompted the biggest outpouring of grief seen in Britain in recent times, and is regarded as a key turning point in how the royal family relates to the public. With traditional restraint giving way to expressions of emotion, Diana's sons William and Harry have led the way by speaking openly about the trauma they suffered when they lost their mother, as part of a wider campaign of talking about mental health issues. The 20th anniversary of Diana's death has prompted a renewed fascination with a woman who made headlines around the world when she married heir to the throne Charles in a fairytale wedding in 1981 before the couple divorced in bitter circumstances in 1996. "We've been doing this for 20 years, 41-year-old Nikki Surridge told Reuters. "I used to follow her when she was alive, my house is still a shrine to her. She was just a really lovely lady. She was a princess but very normal and caring. I stayed here for a week, 20 years ago. It was very sad then, but now we come and celebrate her life." Yesterday, William and Harry returned to their mother's former Kensington Palace home to view floral tributes to the late Princess Diana ahead of the 20th anniversary of her death and spoke to crowds assembled by the palace gates. Taking an impromptu walkabout in front of several hundred well-wishers on Wednesday afternoon, they waved and smiled before taking a few minutes to read the cards and banners. Prince Harry smiled at the sight of a large balloon lying among the flowers, while William pointed out a childhood photograph of him and his mother in sunglasses. Harry spoke to Gracie Oxby, 8, and her sister Maisie, 10, from Langdon Hill, Essex, who were given flowers to lay down by an unknown lady in the crowd who had to leave. Gracie said he took the flowers and asked us who we were and where we had come from and asked us where we wanted him to lay the flowers. I'm shaking with excitement still. As they walked away, one woman shouted, "I've come from Australia. I love you, your mother, and you're the Duke's children." Yesterday, William and Harry said they were thrilled with a memorial garden designed in their mother's memory, as they recalled visiting it as small boys. The princes recently took part in a series of candid interviews about their traumatic loss, with Harry revealing he went through 2 years of total chaos as he struggled to come to terms with his mother's death before eventually seeking counseling at his brother's suggestion. Neither William nor Harry are expected to take part in any official engagements on the anniversary of their mother's death on Thursday. It is also understood Prince Charles, who was seen driving himself to church earlier this week, will not take part in any engagements as he continues his annual break at Birk Hall, his home in the Scottish Highlands. The Queen and other royals are holidaying at nearby Balmoral, where the family were told of Diana's death